Well, just remember a few months ago, the State of the Union address, where the president stood up for an hour, over an hour, and delivered a speech that was hailed as this great, energetic speech, and that, Joe's back. He's like anybody who, at that advanced age, who's obviously struggling with cognitive impairment. He has good days and bad days. And they're going to do their best to make sure that they expose him on the good days and they hide him on the bad days. And there is an inherent incentive for them to have Joe Biden continue to be the presidential nominee, which is it avoids a complete disruption of everything. I know Rob is signed up for as the Kamala Harris honorary campaign chairman.
Senator, stop it! Stop it!
You're rooting for Biden to leave,
Senator. Senator,
the answer to Biden is going to be Kamala Harris. It's going to be nobody else. So if everybody's sitting here rooting and saying we're going to get rid of Joe Biden, we're going to get rid of Joe Biden, that means we're getting Kamala Harris. And that's where that was always Joe Biden's ace in the hole. He picked her because no one else would want her to run and replace him. So I don't think that changes. I think there are still people thinking that I'd rather have Joe Biden than what could be an absolute disaster. You think Biden's numbers will look? Kamala Harris's are worse, and she has the ability to go
Senator,
much further down.
that is up to the American people. Okay, that's why we have a constitution. There is an apparatus in place to address a situation like this. Okay, it's called the 25th Amendment. I don't think Mayor Pete's going to invoke that along with Alejandro Mayorkas, but Senator, it's called Icarus syndrome. Sometimes when you're too close to something, Icarus was too close to the sun. It's tough to see the forest for the trees. Okay, so we all work in this and cover this stuff every single day. We're really close to it. But when I talk to my parents, that's an outside perspective, they can't believe it. They can't believe he's still president right now. This is what should happen constitutionally. Joe Biden should resign. He should step down, or be 25th Amendment, he should be removed from office. Kamala Harris should be the nominee. She can choose her running mate, Stacey Abrams, whomever, and then the American people get to decide on November 5th who they want representing them. Because right now, you cannot sit there and tell me that Joe Biden is running the country. It is Ron Klain. It's Jill Biden. I didn't know that. I thought it was Barack Obama, but Jill Biden apparently it's Hunter Biden. Okay, it's Susan Rice. It's Anita Dunn. It is not Joe Biden. Joe Biden is done, and it is bad for our country every second that he is in charge. And to your point, yes, he probably has good days and bad days. But the White House acknowledged that he has sundowners, which is a symptom of dementia. If you are effective between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., or I believe it was 4 p.m., that is a tacit acknowledgement of sundowners, which is a symptom of dementia. I think that was an unforced error, but they gave away the whole game right there, Senator.
The problem is, Rob, is that you have someone in the wings to replace him who is, in the eyes of many, and I might even agree with this, is that we have someone who's simply not competent herself. That's the problem, is that you have someone who's simply not competent.
Senator, but dementia and not being bright are two different things. Okay, Kamala Harris does not have dementia. Okay? Those are two very different things. And then on November 5th, the voters, the American people, they can decide. Right, Senator? The sun just rose behind you there, so I think we're on to something here. Did you see that, Christina?
I did.
How about
that was good. That was good, Senator. Jack, final thought.
I want to say this about Kamala Harris. She has been criticized, but she's not an idiot. And she had a decent record in California. Y'all will remember she had an incredible debate where early on everybody said, well, she's obviously going to be the nominee. She makes the most sense. Now, she lost a lot of that, but I don't think she's the idiot everybody thinks she is. That, we'll just smear her. I think if she became president in the next week or two, she would have the aura of the commander-in-chief. They'd have all kinds of B-roll of her meeting the troops, meeting with international leaders, meeting with members of Congress. I think they could build her image up sufficiently to make her a very competitive candidate.
Right.
But Joe Biden should not have his finger on the nuclear trigger based on the performance that we saw last Thursday.
I agree. And we'd have, if Kamala became president, right, served out the rest of Joe's term, there'd be this media rally around the flag effect with Kamala. I mean, my goodness, they would hail her the conquering hero. Joe Biden, the true statesman, did what was right for the country, and Kamala is the next great thing until November 5th.